What's up, people? Oh man, I was actually making a video a few minutes ago of what I was going to do today or talk about, but in the midst of all that, I forgot to put my garbage at the edge of my driveway for the garbage man to pick it up, and I think they didn't even see. They do one little sweep and they keep moving, and I put it out as they had already turned around, so that kind of messed up the whole situation. I should have brought it over there where they could have hooked it up, but I didn't. I just put it out there, so I missed the garbage man coming around. So I'm gonna have to take it to a dumpster, myself, or put the garbage in my car. Excuse me, later on, and take it to a dumpster myself. But anyway, on with what I was actually already talking about from my last video, which I had to cut. Okay. Ooh, wait a minute. Shoot. Okay, here we go. All right. Today. Okay, yesterday, when I did my video. I was talking about, my, in the beginning I do my ghostly experiences and my UFO experiences. Yesterday I did a UFO experience, I believe. So today it's going to be an experience I had. It was a ghost experience in my mom's old house. Now this wasn't your typical human, your typical ghost experience. It was an experience of a ghost dog. Two of them, as a matter of fact. And this happens probably somewhere between 98 and somewhere in between 98 maybe 2005. I'm not sure exactly what year it was, but it wasn't in the summertime. It was, I think, in the winter. And I'm sitting on my bed facing the TV like I'm facing you guys, and all of a sudden I hear a tiny little puppy bark in the hallway, right in this area right here. And I was like, what the? We didn't even have a dog, and the kind of work that we do, well, my mom, she's retired from the same job that I work at, but the kind of work that we had, we didn't have time for no dog, number one. So, and even I don't have time for a pet, and I love dogs, I love animals, but I don't have time to be taking care of no dog, and so I don't want to put no dog through that, so. But anyway, I'm hearing the sound of a little puppy bark right in the hallway. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? Yeah, I know it wasn't coming from outside because I'm on the bed and right here is the window where you can see outside. And I sometimes be hearing animals bark outside, but you can still tell if they're outside because of the closed off space. The area between you and that dog is a wall, of the house. In the window, so it sounds different. It sounds a little muffled, but yet still clear. But this sounded very loud and very sharp and very clear, and I could tell it was on the left of me in the hallway. Okay, so I'm very in tune with my senses and hearing and stuff like that. So, and then a couple of weeks after that, same thing, but the dog sounded a lot bigger. It sounded like a big dog, and was barking in the same exact area as that little puppy. Okay. Now, I told my mom about it. She didn't even hear it. And I've noticed that with a lot of ghostly experiences that people may have, ghosts will let only the person they want to make themselves known to hear what they want them to hear. You'll hear it, but nobody else will. And same thing with a certain smell. Like at work, I have the same problem where I could smell Victoria's Secret mist. It's a fragrance called it's called mist or something like that, amber mist or something, powdered mist, and it's by Victoria's Secret. And it's sending up an entire area, and nobody could tell where it was coming from. It was just there, And then a couple of weeks ago, I was smelling it smelled like Old Spice. But I was the only one that was smelling it. I'm like right there in front of somebody. I was like, you don't smell that? That's like an Old Spice kind of scent. And it was very loud. But it smelled good. It wasn't like to the point where I was like, oh, that's strong. It wasn't strong. It was just a light scent. But it was still powerful. And the person that I was talking to couldn't even smell it. I was the only one that was smelling it. So that alone was weird enough. But as far as the dog thing, my mom didn't hear it, and she said, "Well, maybe you heard a dog from outside." I said, "No, I'm telling you, the dog sound was coming from in the hallway. I'm gonna be able to tell if the sound of a dog is coming from outside. You know, you have to be a nut if you couldn't tell. You know, if the sound of a dog is coming from outside or inside your house. That would be just, you know." But that's the person that's either skeptical about it or they just don't want to deal with it, so they just come up with any like excuse they can just to cancel out the whole situation. But anyway, yeah, that's my ghostly experience. It's small but effective. Okay, I'm not one of those people that have all those real big. I mean, I've had some very big, ghostly experiences, like being a vessel for a ghost and all that stuff, and I got some other creepy stuff that I can tell you about too, so that's in an oncoming video. But in situations like that, you just got to be in tune with yourself, the way you can hear things. Like, for instance, one time I was in my bedroom, I'm getting ready for work, and I was talking to my best friend on the phone, and all of a sudden I heard the sound of a toothpaste cap drop onto the floor in the guest bathroom. I'm like, okay, and I could hear it. I actually heard it bounce, because when the toothpaste cap hits the floor, by being so light, it bounces, and you hear it bounce, and then it'll kind of like pitter patter, and then just stop. Okay, so I was like, wait a minute, the toothpaste cap just hit the floor. I said, what? Yeah, the toothpaste cap just hit the floor in the guest bathroom. Hold on. So I went to go check. There was no toothpaste cap on the floor. Toothpaste was actually either on the counter or underneath the sink. I'm not completely sure, but it was not on the floor. So, and that's what you call a disembodied noise. They have disembodied voices and disembodied noises, and that's what I hear in my house, mainly disembodied noises. And I've heard a disembodied voice before too, but I'll save that for another video. But yeah, that was my experience as far as ghosts go for this segment or portion of my video. So stay tuned for more of my personal experiences. So now, on to the story of the day. Today's story is going to be about Charles Blatz. That's B-L-A-T-Z. Okay, he went missing on 09/28/1997 at 12:05 a.m. in La Crosse, Wisconsin. He was 28 years old when he disappeared. Now, Charles Blatz was a little older than many of the students that you will read about in this book. He was a wise military veteran who put off college until completing a commitment to the armed forces. On September 27, 1997, Charles was a student at the University of Wisconsin at Platteville, and made a trip to La Crosse to attend the annual German Oktoberfest celebration. Now, you see in the book, it was a misprint. They spelled it October with an OK instead of an OC. So it's like OK-tober. Okay, anyway. Okay, various reports indicated that Charles was drinking with friends throughout the night. He was last seen at Sneakers Bar at 223 Pearl Street just after midnight on September 28th. Okay, this is my mom telling me that she's ready. Yo.
I'm ready.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye. I'm still gonna finish my video though. Anyway, okay. Where was I? I was right here, 23 Pearl Street. Okay. Sneakers is located a little over 2 blocks east of the Mississippi River and approximately 700 feet southeast of Riverside Park. Now, we actually have a Riverside Parkway here in Georgia. It's an actual town. So, very coincidental, but not like the coincidences in these books. Trust me. Okay. Charles somehow got separated from friends and disappeared. He was reported as a missing person, and there was a search. There are few details available on how extensive the search was and how many days were involved. On October 3rd, 1997, a fisherman was in the main channel of the Mississippi River and found a floating body. He notified law enforcement, and they recovered Charles's body. Charles was missing one sock and a shoe. The body was badly mangled, so that probably means some water life was probably gnawing at the body like fish or something, or it was banging up against the rocks underneath the water maybe. I don't know. That's just an educated guess. Let's see. In October 8th, 1997, article in the Madison, Wisconsin State Journal had these details. Lieutenant Mike Bromer said an autopsy conducted Monday by Dr. Alan Stormo, that's a weird name, funny name but a weird name, of the Milwaukee Medical Examiner's Office, showed no evidence of foul play in the death of Charles Blatz of Kiel, a student at UW Platteville. Blatz, 28, apparently drowned, and after his death, his body sustained injuries consistent with being hit by a boat. Oh, okay. Maybe he was floating in the water and they didn't see the body, so the boat hit up against him as he was going by, and it might have been a speedboat, so that it could have been the reason why they never saw the body in the water. Okay. Other reports indicated that Charles had a fractured skull and was missing an arm. Oh, wow. That bad, huh? Jeez. He was found floating face down. Okay, there you go right there. There's that face down, face up scenario, but he was actually face down, which is uncommon in most of these cases because most men are found. Oh, wait. Let me see. I think men are found face down, women are found face up due to the buoyancy of the body, I believe. I'm not sure. I think 90% of the time, the bodies of the men are found face down in the water. Anyway. Okay. Face down somewhat near the 7th Street landing. Other reports indicated that his blood alcohol level was 0.31% highly intoxicated. Excuse me. This incident is almost 20 years old, and details are not readily available. It is a very rare event to find one of the missing people I've written about in the middle of a main channel of a large large river like the Mississippi River. Most of these men are found fairly close to shore. This incident happened near the time that young men started to disappear across the United States after they had spent a night drinking and socializing. Charles was a physically fit 5'10" and 130-pound former military soldier. He wasn't a young, innocent co-ed. He knew his way around. He knew his way around the world. The fact that he came to a small Midwestern town and ended up dead in the Mississippi River is surprising. It's important to closely read newspaper reports and what is specifically stated. The wording used is a direct quote either from the coroner or law enforcement. The article stated, "Apparent drowning." This means to me that it wasn't confirmed, and that's very true, because a lot of those cases, when a person they say it is they drowned, that's normally an indication that they don't know what happened to that young man. They just use that as an excuse in order for them to either cover up what really happened or to squash the whole investigation, knowing that it was too weird for them to even try to talk about on national TV. And it would also indicate that they couldn't solve the cause of his death, because there probably wasn't a cause of death on his body except for the missing arm and the gash to the head, by him being hit by boats and stuff. That's just one indication, but that doesn't mean that that's how he died, because think about it. He was at a party. He was drinking. and then all of a sudden he ends up in the water. So what happened to him between that point and the point he ended up in the water? So obviously before he hit the water, he might have already been dead, and he just got hit by a bunch of boats because they didn't see the body in the water. You know, if they just focusing on certain areas of the view, they probably didn't realize that there was something in the water and they hit it, you know, or whatever, or they were going too fast to even notice. But anyway, yeah, that's my time on that story. I gotta hurry up and get ready because my mom is she's ready and she wants me to pick up, and she's can be very punctual sometimes, so she'll start calling me in a minute saying, where you at? So I gotta get ready. I gotta hang out with my family, and sometime later on today, I will post another video. And to you, KimStar66, about the guy I mentioned in my last video about how he just seemed to vanish when he was climbing a rocky mountain with 2 other friends, and he just seemingly vanished while connected to that cable. I'm gonna try my best to find out the name. I've been on Google like immensely trying to find out what this guy's name was, but it keeps coming up with all these other stories about people about rock climbing and mountain climbing and stuff. I can't seem to find a case on him. I did, as long as I know the name, I can find a case on him, but that's the problem. So I have to actually go through some of the interviews on YouTube of David Paulides, just to see if they're going to even mention that part, because I know he mentioned it when he was either talking to George Norrie or Soraya on Where Did the Road Go. That's another radio show I listen to. So I gotta go through all of that just to see if I can, just to get the name of the person. That way I'll know exactly who he is, and then I'll probably do a story on him as well. But like I said before, I haven't forgot about the emails that I've gotten from my other viewers, and I haven't forgotten about the stories, like the young man who was found dead wrapped up in a mat in his high school behind the bleachers. Haven't forgot about that. I just gotta find it. I just gotta get the time enough to look up the information and create a story about it for my channel. So anyway, just to let you guys know, I confirmed the making of my t-shirts with custom ink, and I should have my t-shirts by the 27th of this month. And for anybody who wants to promote my channel, any of my fans, all you have to do is hit me up. If you want a t-shirt, just let me know and I will send it to your location. Prices are pending because the t-shirts was like $25 a pop, and it cost me a total of like $240, so I haven't worked out the price yet. If you're willing to pay for it, let me know, and once I get that confirmation, I will ask you to email me your address, and I will just go from there. And that, but like I said, that's only if any of you want the t-shirts. I have actually posted one of my videos. I had a cover page of the t-shirt, but not that particular one. This was an old picture, because I found out that photo that I have on my cover page is actually protected, so I have to take that down and replace it with one that I made myself, which you probably already seen because I did a couple of videos like that. So that's going to be the cover page from now on, and it's also going to be the picture that I use for my logo on my t-shirts. Okay, so I will probably do a cover page of that when I get the t-shirts that way. Well, I got the picture, but it's a little blotchy. I can still put it up there just to show you what it's going to look like. So if any, like I said, when I get the t-shirts, if anybody wants one, hit me up. You know, leave a comment below or hit me up on my email and send me your address, and I will talk to you about the price range, and we just go from there. So anyway, I have to go. I gotta get my shoes on and get ready before she start wondering where I'm at. So I will see you guys on the flip side. Later. Peace out. Aloha, mahalo, and ahuio. Have a great day, guys.